Now many people believe that you can be happy, becoming comfortable and satisfied with everything that you have. And as you continue to think about that, you can notice that you are breathing more easily. Your body is relaxing. And how you feel about your world is changing. And you can wonder, what is the purpose of happiness? And if you know of someone who has what you perceive as perfect happiness, but that person does not believe they are happy, are they really as happy as you think? And how do you think a person can change how they think about how they feel to a different perception of what they believe they think? And how can they see what you can see? Look at what you look at and see something different. Now, if that person is more unhappy about being unhappy than they are happy being unhappy, can their perception of whether they have the right to be happy change? And if that person's focus is on the shortcomings of everything they have in this world, or the shortcomings of their world itself, can that person be in the perfect position to answer the question, what are the blocks to your happiness? Now, if a person can focus on their lot in life, and this can be a trigger for sadness, frustration, dissatisfaction, ungratefulness, hate and greed, or these same emotions can be triggered by their viewpoint of the world on issues like climate change, disease, poverty, the economy, unemployment, crime, hate, prejudice, politicians, cynicism, or their desires for a better house, better job or school, nicer food, better health, better weather, better family, friends or partner, better skills, less stress, a greater ability to relax, and ironically, more fun. Can it be possible that that person is focusing on those aspects of their world that cause them to feel unsatisfied with their lot in life? And if another person with the same set of assets can be very satisfied with their lot in life, their place in the world, and in the world they live in, and consider themselves to be very happy, how can that be? Now, if you lost everything you had in the world, all your physical possessions, like your home, your land, your car, your clothes, all your money and assets, all your family and friends, your health, and even the country you love and call home, leaving you a sick, lonely and destitute refugee, and somehow you had the chance to start again, what would you take back? And what do you have right now that you are grateful for? And if the world was different, how would you like it to be? And if you can't change the world around you, can you change the way you look at it? Now you can believe in the theory of evolution, and that every part of our makeup, including our moods and feelings, has been selectively evolved for a useful purpose. Or you can believe in creation, and also believe that everything exists for a reason. So depending on your belief system, everything has a purpose. Anxiety is designed to ensure you take adequate care in dangerous situations. Depression is designed to give you time to recalibrate after a loss. Pain is to make sure you nurse an injury or pull your hand off a hot plate. Sleeplessness is to make sure you're awake when an invading tribe attacks in the middle of the night. So what is the purpose of unhappiness? If happiness can be defined as being satisfied with your lot in life, your place in the world, and in the world you live in, perhaps the purpose of unhappiness is to provide the incentive or drive to change your life for the better, to create a new set of structures and assets, a new view of how you fit into the world, and a new view of the world you live in. And as our lives change by the day, hour, and even by the minute, perhaps the persistent existence of a feeling of unhappiness can be an unintentionally entrenched feeling left over from an earlier time before the situation improved to the present circumstances. And perhaps the usefulness of that feeling of unhappiness has reached its use-by date, and it's now time to reassess just how satisfied you are with your lot in life, your place in the world, and with the world you live in. And if you can do that, perhaps you will discover that you are happy with your circumstances. Or you may discover that you wish to improve your circumstances, or your view of the world, to something that you will be more satisfied with, or happy with. And improving your circumstances, or realizing that you are happy with your circumstances, can bring you great satisfaction and happiness. And as you continue to think about that, you can notice a warm wave of happiness washing over you and through you. And you can feel completely content with everything in your life and the purpose and direction of your life, and feel confident that all you have to do is do what is right, that good things will happen, and day by day you will feel so much better and happier. And as you dwell on that thought, you can notice a very enjoyable feeling of anticipation, of happiness, growing stronger and stronger. Now there are many, many things that can make you happy. And within almost everything, there is something that can make you happy. And if you can make a habit of looking for those things, you may discover that you already have enough to be a lot happier, a lot more often. And that every day is a great day to be alive. And for many people, childhood memories of birthday parties with family and friends bring much joy and pleasure. And of course, even now, you can still experience a happy birthday with many happy returns of the day. And you can take great joy in the happiness of others, no matter what day it is. And now, that profound thought can trigger an emotional release and feelings of generosity when everyone around us is feeling lack and poverty and unconditional love in a climate of anger and judgment, and courage and peace when surrounded by fear, and kindness in the midst of hostility and aggression, and a surrender to possibility when the rest of the world is pushing to be first and be in control, and a knowing smile in the face of adversity, and the cultivation of a feeling of wholeness when we need healing. And if that profound thought can shape your personality and way of thinking, and create a feeling of satisfaction with your place in the world, in a way that you like thinking about, and what you think will affect what you will think, and create a feeling of happiness. And now, if you can believe that a single simple thought of focusing on what is good in your life or on the joy of others can lead to a feeling of happiness that ultimately can change the way you think and feel and your future patterns of behavior and ways of reasoning and decision making and your health, your wholeness as a person, your everyday thoughts and emotions, and your demeanour and personality. And if what you think about can have such a very profound effect on your life, can change your life, create your feeling of happiness, you can create the mindset where you can overcome the unhappiness of your mind and your body, and overcome the perceived influence of your environment, and assert your will to create a single simple thought of focusing on what is good in your life or on the joy of others. Take your awareness away from the discontent of your unconscious body and your unconscious mind, and place that happy thought in your heart. And you can create a new habit of focusing on those aspects of everything in your life and in the world, in your world, in every waking moment and even in your sleep, that bring you comfort and joy and happiness. And you can take comfort in the fact that everything in your life and in the world has a useful purpose, and there is beauty in everything, no matter how unpleasant it may seem to be, if you look for it. And you can embrace that fact and embrace your discomfort and its useful message, and feel comfortable doing that. And a situation with discomfort can become just a situation, or even a comfortable situation, when you realize that. And do that any time you like, day or night, and that knowledge can bring you comfort and joy and happiness.